Assuming that a campus of care model is needed and will evolve regardless of the hospital redevelopment plan, then the single site model is actually a more expensive option.
Huntsville and Bracebridge Council came together Monday night to discuss and vote on a proposed model for local health care. Huntsville Mayor Scott Aitchison says it involves keeping both hospitals open, which is different than the one hospital site model proposed by Muskoka Algonquin Healthcare.
It would effectively keep emergency rooms, 24-hour emergency rooms open in both Huntsville and Bracebridge, and then it basically details sort of a further rationalization of specific services to specific sites. And so one of the sites would be more of an acute care kind of facility where you would have inpatient surgeries, more of the higher end diagnostic equipment like maybe an MRI or something like that, and the other site would be more of the complex continuing care. So people would be in the hospital longer in that facility. An awful lot more of the chronic care services and outpatient services would happen at that site. Interestingly enough, based on our analysis, it would appear as though both hospitals would have a pretty similar number of beds.
Aitchison says this proposal is a much cheaper option than the one-site model in terms of capital and operating costs.
But specifically the capital cost to renovate and expand the existing facilities than it is to build a brand new facility in between and then not know what to do with the old facilities. I mean, there's a hidden cost there that MOC didn't consider. How do you repurpose those facilities? Who's paying for that? And so we think this makes a lot more sense in terms of a way cheaper capital spend and also a cheaper operational model going forward.
Deputy Mayor Terziano.
Yes.
Councillor Thompson.
Yes.
Councillor Weed.
Yes.
Councillor Alcock.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Maloney.
Yes.
Both councils voted unanimously in favor of the two-site model. Bracebridge Mayor Graydon Smith says the next step is to get their other municipal partners on board.
Hopefully going to get some resolutions from them that back this, and I'm quite certain that we will. And we also need to, most importantly, get it in front of the task force that the LHIN has established to deal with this process. They asked for options, asked if there was anything different that needs to be considered. We're going to present that, and then the task force can work through where it goes from there. This is an incredibly important issue, not only for Huntsville and Bracebridge, but for Muskoka. So it's important that we kick this off, we kick this proposal off by being unified, by showing our support for it.
Smith says they hope Muskoka Algonquin Healthcare will see the value in this proposal and work with them to make it happen.
And we kind of hit the reset button and go back to the start of a pre-capital submission that is considering a two-site model going forward, and that the many stages that this needs to pass through at both the LHIN and the ministry are going to consider that two-site model as the viable option for Muskoka.